I just turned 6 years old, and my parents threw me a surprise party at my home with all my relatives and my close friends. Party only meant gifts and food for me. It went well and I went back to sleep. The gifts were stocked in my room. The next morning I woke up with the biggest smile in my face as you can imagine, a room full of gifts. Well, little did I knew that this day was going to turn into hell for me. And there was a doll in my bed, and I have to be honest, it was really beautiful. I was quite confused as many gifts weren't open and the ones that I did was there in the hall. It was a school day and I had to jump and head out, and I forgot about the doll. Unluckily for me, I like to be cuddled to sleep. That night, since the doll was kind of fat and soft and comfortable, I cuddled it to sleep. So, that happened for a while. Suddenly, one day all of my friends said that there was a foul smell coming from me. That's odd because I am pretty neat all the time. And when my mom found out about the smell, she scolded me for being dirty, asked me to clean up. Well, I did wash up and there was a temporary relief. But again the next morning, the smell was back. They said it was foul and really bad, but I couldn't smell anything. My mom figured out that must be cause of my room and made me clean every inch of it. The doll was missing that night. I asked my mom and she said it was really dirty and she threw it away in the garbage truck. I have to agree I did miss it terribly, but I hope that would at least stop the smell. One night, my mom and dad had to go out and so they left me with a babysitter, an old lady. It was a stormy night and it was pouring down heavily. She was at the kitchen preparing dinner for me and I went to my room. To my surprise, I saw the doll placed backwards sitting in my room. I ran to it, but it was horrible and had blood stains in it. I hated it, it was haunting sight. I threw it off my window and this is when everything started getting worse. A few minutes later, the electricity went off. This usually happens in my town during these stormy nights. I loved the rain and I was staring at it out the windows with my candle lamp on. There was lighting and heavy winds. I was in a good mood, but the darkness started scaring me. I went to the windows and shut it down and the granny called out for me. I tried to open my door but I couldn't. It was like someone was pushing it from the other side. I was irritated and scared at the same time. I cried out for the granny, but there was a terrible silence in the house. My heart started beating heavily. Breaking the silence, there was a knock at the window. I didn't want to turn back. I kept trying to open the door. There was a knock again. By this time I started to cry. I slowly turned back with terrible fear and I saw the shape of that doll by the window. That moment I felt like I was about to die. My stomach felt weird and I started screaming for help. I sat down on the floor with my face down and kept chanting, "God save me." The next moment electricity came and the door behind me opened. I turned back and my mom and dad was there picking me up. I explained everything to them and they calmed me down. I never saw the doll again. I have to be honest, I felt like it was waving me goodbye, and that's the last time I ever slept alone. The only explanation I got was that I was mentally ill.